will talk about the migration of birds in the Amazon, their ideal climate, the spring songbird migration, and how they adapt through their appearance, characteristics, and where they migrate. In this case, I will be talking about the cerulean warbler. I will focus on their climate, specifically in the Amazon and the eastern side of the United States. Usually, the Amazon is full of life and color. However, due to pollution and people cutting down trees, the bird's habitat is going down. This is caused by human fragmentation, which leads to barely any food and other necessary things that a bird may need. Although they migrate, it gets worse almost every year when they do return to the tropics during the winter. Now, before we talk about the migrations, we must know what a neotropical migratory bird is. The neotropical migratory bird is a bird that breeds in Canada and the United States during our summers and spend the winter time in Mexico, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean islands. While migrating, each bird migrates at a specific pace. For other species, some fly specifically during the nighttime, daytime, or even nonstop unless taking a break. Another reason why these birds fly so far is because their source of food is becoming scarce. Usually, neotropical migratory birds fly so far because it allows them to take advantage of seasonally abundant food. This usually happens during the spring and summertime in the Amazon. It is also the best place to produce offspring in different climates, such as the US, which is also known as the breeding success. Moving to a bird's characteristics, it is possible that each bird characteristics can change drastically. This is due to the changes in climate and food habits. Multiple scientists studied their evolution by papers and provided different periods every time the migratory birds traveled to and from the Amazon. Some birds tend to get wiser as they know where to go for food and shelter. Now, as we talk about the cerulean warbler, they often hop around multiple branches that are high in canopies, and it is also where they live. In fact, they create a buzzy ascending song. Here's what they sound like. As for appearance, some migratory birds' offspring could have different shape of beak compared to their parents, especially when one breed mixes with a different species. It could also enhance the color of a bird and how they react to a specific climate. As for the cerulean warbler, for example, let's look at the cerulean warbler's gender. These birds are small and compact birds and are known for their small bill and short tails compared to other warblers. Their measurements are similar for both sexes, and the length is about 4.3 inches and their wingspan is 7.9 inches. They weigh between 8 to 10 grams as well. Their color patterns are different compared to gender. The males are sky blue with 2 white wing bars and a dark streak on their back. As for the females, they are a bluish-green color with a slight yellow tint on their stomach. And they do have the white wing bars as well. When discussing the Amazonian birds altogether, most of them fly to North America and some actually fly up to Boston, where their songbird migration takes place. What's even funny is how some people in Boston, for example, called the songbird migration birds invaders since they took over a cemetery. Since birds change areas very often, they tend to take over certain parts of the state for their own purposes, regardless of the weather, until it is time to head back to the Amazon. For the cerulean warbler, their habitat is from northwest South America in evergreen forests, and they travel 2,175 to 4,500 miles to the US and also southeast Canada to breed. Altogether, migrations are usually predictable every year, but not all songbirds migrate to breed. Some just come for food and warmer climate. As the offspring gets older, they tend to learn where to go, and then once they get older, they teach their own offspring the same exact route, and it works like a never-ending cycle. Thank you.
And here are my sources.